What's good? It's Fevir. Today we'll touch on the imminent Steam release of Black Desert Online, a bit of drama surrounding Ashes of Creation and its accused pyramid scheme referral system, and there have been quite a few leaks and teasers at upcoming games, and I'll clue you into the one I am most stoked about. So not much to say here. It looks like Black Desert Online is going to be released on Steam come May 24th. The polarizing title will find its own place in the Steam client and store. Some supporting information is that unfortunately the account you are playing now, or non-Steam accounts, will not be transferable. So Steam players of Black Desert Online will need brand new Black Desert Online accounts. It is still the same server and world as non-Steam players. Yes, you can use your Steam wallet. Yes, there will be Steam trading cards and hopefully achievements at release, or at least slightly after. My thoughts on this are great. It pushes Black Desert into more people's faces. It gives a bit of a quasi-jumping in point for the potential new players to the game, and I have read the doom and gloom that this is just a pit stop before the game goes free to play, but honestly, the game's only $10 and is routinely on sale for less, and it is very, very easy to get people to buy you the game as long as you'll get to level 30 because of some clever incentives. And as an active player, make no mistake, this isn't similar to when WildStar or other games did it to salvage a dying population or save ghost towns. Even if you don't want to hear it, even if you're not rooting for this game, Black Desert is alive, it's thriving, it's growing, and as a one-time box price game with constant updates and a ton that you can do while you're AFK, the active player base may ebb and flow, but the game is healthier than ever. And this is just a shot of fresh blood and untouched wallets, and I imagine a whole bunch of new Alvia servers will be opening up soon. On an off note, the best news I've heard about Black Desert Online for some time comes from the Korean servers, where they finally got options to get rid of the flashing blue crit effect on enemies, especially world bosses, and it is implemented there and is just a matter of time for us to get it here in North America and EU. Moving on from there, let's talk about Ashes of Creation and its referral system. I limited what I wanted to touch on today to really delve deep into this, as there is not only some misinformation, but also some heavy white knighting going on about this. So the Kickstarter, which within a day or two reached over $1 million, launched on May the 1st, and the spotlight on the game has led to quite a few people heading to the referral page on the website, which touched people the wrong way. The way it's worded is differently than other referral systems, as if someone signs up for the game under your link in Ashes of Creation, 15% of what they spend, you earn. You can use this against the cost of your own subscription, or eventually even just cash it out as real money. And this led to wild speculation that this was some type of pyramid scheme, which wasn't helped when the guy in charge has a history, a very successful history, in a prior MLN, a multi-level marketing program, a pyramid scheme, Zango. And the page itself reads much like an affiliate landing page, having a huge blurb about a success story with someone who within 5 days had over 10k visits and over 4,400 registered accounts, and if each user purchased 1 month of game time, that's over $10,000, and assuming an average $100 spent on crowdsourcing, that's another 16k. And oh, don't worry, there is no requirement to play or have an account for the game to participate in this exclusive offer, and they even say that they aren't a pyramid scheme. Exactly what a pyramid scheme would say. Yikes. Now truthfully, it sounds a lot worse than it is. In actuality, it's almost an anti-pyramid scheme, and Steven, the dude in charge, put out a statement explaining that, say somebody that you refer pays $15 a month to play the game under your link. Well, that's going to reward you with 15% of that, so $2.25. But if they refer somebody, now they're earning $2.25. And that means that instead of them paying $15 a month, they're paying $12.75, the $15 of the subscription less the $2.25 that they earned, which means that you are now only earning 15% of $12.75. And so now you only earn $1.91. The more depth, the more that people refer who refer, the less money is gained. So I'm sorry for whoever's referral link I used, but you're probably not going to make anything off of me at this point. And this has been met again with weird accusations that it is still a pyramid. It's just a short, fat pyramid. And sure, if you are gung-ho about the shape, sure. But some people just want to keep that outrage going. This really just amounts to a basic affiliate or referral program. Within basically the entirety of the internet, relative to you guys, think content creators like YouTubers or Twitch streamers, almost anytime you see a bit.ly link, any shortened link, an Amazon link, hidden links, like if you click a picture, so many of these things are affiliate links. In fact, $2.25 is pretty low accordingly. Like, I remember a year ago, Warframe had an affiliate program that was like $5 to $8 per payout just for the sign up for a free game. And if you look back a year ago, you might even remember completely non-Warframe content creators creating Warframe stuff. And there are entire marketplaces to get similar and better offers all of the time. Nothing is all that unusual about this type of system, except it's in every person's face. Usually these systems you would need to go out of your way to look for, or they're behind influencer-only websites, or you just have to be contacted and directly given a link. But this type of thing pushes a lot of the weight of marketing to people, and then they're allowed to be rewarded for it, obviously. And I think that this has less to do about Steven trying to be insidious and apply his pyramid scheme mastermind to this game, and more that he just understands and knows how powerful not even word of mouth is, but warm markets and followings are. That said, the entire thing is garbage in my opinion for a couple reasons. First, it's completely open. Now, I understand that this gripe will probably sound self-serving because as a content creator, I can probably secure a lot of referred people, and it's only fair that if I can benefit from a referral system, Joe Blow or you should be as well. But I'm held accountable for what I say by my influence. So I'm not going to go ahead and say, hey guys, sign up with my link and you get a flying unicorn and a blowjob when the game is released. I'm not going to say, sign up with my link and you get pre-alpha next month. But people have and people will. And over time, people will get smarter and trickier about how to do it, how to convince you by any means to buy into it. There is an entire extremely lucrative black hat affiliate internet marketing scene that lives and breathes, not for the truth, not for relaying information or news, but for the conversion, for the sign up. They will say and do anything to get you to just use that link. You can already see it on websites and forums. I see it personally in my spam filter on any Ashes of Creation adjacent video. I bet other YouTubers see the same thing. The potential to earn real money with no filter or gate to who can do it creates shitty spam and lies to get the conversions. And with any and everyone trying their luck, the guys at Intrepid Studios won't be able to actively moderate or track if people are outright lying or misleading people. It's a hands-free method. Compounded with the fact that it is real money, money completely changes the links people will go for stuff like this. That makes it inherently different than most games' referral systems that are active for every player, which usually at best amount to some of their premium in-game currency. I don't feel the need to go into depth here, but to make it even worse, this referral affiliate system also includes crowdfunding that, as far as I know, includes both the Kickstarter and ongoing pledges that they will take through their website after the fact, where people aren't even buying a product, but are being incentivized to not only buy, but to sell hope. Again, due to just the sheer amount of potential links and landing pages, Intrepid Studios is probably not going to be able to help you. If you sign up for a link at thelazypeon.org thinking it's legit when it isn't, and thought the Lazy Peon's name gave you the confidence to pledge $100, as it also said on this fake website that you would support him and get immediate access, and you're going to get swindled and you're not going to really have someone to turn to. And this is besides offering non-products like name reservations and guild reservations at like an $80 minimum. I think the guild reservation is over $400, 4 years before the game is planned, or the exclusive Kickstarter option of a lifetime subscription, which are the hooks someone aiming for referrals are going to use as call to actions to sign up today. A personal gripe as someone who has received direct communication from them, unlike other studios or games, I felt like I was getting a sales pitch for the referral system instead of the game, with the bulk of the email being more similar to the referral page than their about page, even as so far as to name the mystery person who had the 10K visits over 5 days. It's not wrong, it just felt wrong. I didn't feel like I was being pitched a game, and I've been pitched a lot of games. That all said, it's all still a bit of an overreaction. You know, I've seen people bring up who he's married to, what he did when he was 15, what kind of guilds he ran, private messages, and okay, look, I was in an MLN when I was younger too. I was pretty successful as well. It was Primerica, slightly different as it was like a financial services MLN that required licensing. It was backed by Citigroup. Now, I have nothing good to say about it now, but especially since I was like 18 or something, it did change my way of thinking when it comes down to business, when it comes down to employment and self-employment, working with people, leading people, incentivizing people, revenue streams, and as I said earlier, the power of warm markets. There's just a way of thinking that I understand where he's coming from. And from like a marketing standpoint, this is a great way to offset the cost of marketing and basically delay paying for it until the revenue that pays for it comes in. Even this controversy garnered a whole bunch of attention and could have been part of the plan from the jump, as eyes and attention are so important in the digital landscape. And no doubt, this Kickstarter and the initial interest that it sparks is incredibly important for proving value to increase what they can expect and ask for in ongoing investment rounds in the future. And also will largely be forgotten as the game moves forward over the years and unveils new shit to get people excited again. It's something I would have probably done as well, except no revenue sharing on pre-release pledges, even though I don't approve of it, because I can't imagine that the guys at Intrepid don't know or didn't have meetings about what people would potentially do with this and how it would impact their company and their brand. And what I think is the most interesting is that people reaching and digging in are finding the reasons that I haven't backed the game yet, but they are trying to pin it on calling the game a scam or a scheme, and are desperately trying to connect the referral program, past experience in MLNs to these other issues to make it look like it's this, like, they're out to get you. Where I look at the project and I see the size of the team, the names and the positions from the team, and go like, fuck, there is a lot of work to do. There doesn't seem to be an official producer. There are a lot of pieces missing from a very big puzzle, but I have time. The game has years for him to surround himself with people that will enable his vision. There are plenty of projects with this exact same situation where the ideas are front and center, they're at the forefront, but the team doesn't look set up to deliver on it yet. It might crash and burn, it might actually shatter the genre as they've said, but this is separate from the referral, so stop trying to link them together. I know people love a bad guy, but I don't think it's here. The reason I'm interested in this in the first place is because it is incredibly clear to see that the dude is passionate about games. Like, here is a clip of Steven in a bit of a power fantasy. His guild rallied around him as he inspires them with a speech before a large battle in Arcage.
We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 26th of February, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom, not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to
The dude is legitimately a power gamer with documented fuck you money making a game. You know when your friend talks shit about a game you like and you're like, dude, do you think you could do better? Well, Steven said, yeah, let me try. And I'm skeptical when I hear about games from real tenured studios, so I am definitely skeptical about a brand new, seemingly small and inexperienced studio tackling one of the largest and most complex genres in a way where they need to create even more content than usual and are making some pretty grandiose claims. This all is just some crazy ass shit that I'm interested to see unfold, and I hope this doesn't rub them the wrong way. They're now backed fully, so I don't even recommend pledging to them until you see more. I got time, you got time. Let's just be patient and see what happens. And finally, a quick shout out to the game that I am most excited for. No, it's not Code Vein, it's not the hinted at Guild Wars 2 stuff, it's not the Zelda DLC, it's not Darksiders 3, even though, goddamn, Darksiders is good, but instead, they pushed out some footage of the Final Fantasy XII remaster that is coming later this year, and visually it looks incredible. What I love outside of just the visual facelift is I really think that this game will do better this time around. I think some of its concepts and games that it followed made it harder to love. I actually think it was probably ahead of its time, and now I think that previous skeptics might realize just how good Final Fantasy XII was. And we are getting the Zodiac Age version that, without a bit of ROM hacking, I don't think was even available in North America, and it just alters the game in a great way all the way through. So a pretty long video here. I should have just made a separate video for this Ashes of Creation thing, but I didn't have time to do the newsy thing on the weekend like I promised. So until next time, this is Fevir. Peace. Hey guys, again, just a bit of a wrap up until I get the format of the video down. I really delved into the Ashes of Creation thing. Is this better suited for its own video, or are these more deeper dives into bigger topics as they come up better in this mashup of news? I think in the future I'm going to be looking at about 5 topics in about 6 to 8 minutes in length. Is it worth spending a lot of the time in the video on one topic, or should I take big topics like this and make them separate? But thanks, and have a good one.